Hey yogis, let's begin this practice, which is dedicated to the sacral chakra, your center of creativity, femininity, sensuality, emotionality, even sexuality. We'll invite this element of water into our practice. We'll begin it in Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees wide. Feel free to grab yourself some kind of pillow, block, or bolster to elevate the seat and make it more comfortable. You can grab hold of your ankles or shins, rooting down through the ground as you lift through your heart. You can close your eyes and bring an awareness to where it is your body makes contact with the ground. Spend a few rounds breathing into that place. Then trace the awareness up just a few inches to the low, low navel underneath your belly button, right around the sacrum. You can picture this area glowing with an orange light. And breathing here. Let the breath be full. And if ujjayi is natural, find ujjayi with a whisper at the back of your throat. Place both palms on the low part of your belly. Acknowledge what arises here, what feelings. We'll tune into the vulnerability, the softness, and yet the power of svadhisthana chakra. Take a nice breath. We'll exhale. Singing Vam. A breath in. Slide your fingertips behind you to lift your heart. Send the shoulders back, look up. And exhaling to neutral spine, take your hands to your knees and just so gently rock a little left and right. Bring movement into inner hips, pelvis, even the waist. And then slide your hands back to your shins or ankles. Send the pelvic bowl forward. You can even tip forward. And then exhale, empty out, round to the back of the sits bones. Draw the navel center in. Again, inhale, rock the pelvis forward as you send your heart forward. Exhale, roll to the back of the pelvis as you empty out and round. And keep moving just like this, rocking forward. Rocking back. Stay in motion. So you end up finding a continuous movement. Uninterrupted. Totally personal and natural. And just a few more rocks. and then back to sit up tall. Scoop the knees together, send the legs behind you, and climb onto all fours. Okay. From all fours, sway your hips over to the right. And then sway them to the left. Sway over to the right. Come a little bit forward. And then over to the left. And backward again. Come around to the right. A little bit forward. Around to the left. And back again. Stay in motion, making big hip circles like this. You can come as deeply down as you want to, even exploring kind of cobra up dog hybrid. And again, just feel into the shapes. You can circle in the other direction. Coming even farther back than before. Make these motions yours. And then back on into all fours. Extend the right leg out behind. Place this foot outside right hand. Tuck the back toes, place left foot outside left hand. Sink low for Malasana, hands to the heart. As we let the sacrum grow some room. If you want even more room, rock your body left and right. We're throwing some alignment rules out the window, so do what's feeling natural. Maybe a gentle twist on each side. Even sending each knee wide. And settling into the middle. Squeeze your feet toward one another and sweep up tall all the way, reach above you. And hands come through heart. Slide hands to your waist, take your feet hips distance. Draw the elbows back as you look up. Hinge this forward, and you can have soft knees for sure. Grabbing yogi toes, lengthen the spine. And take a bow all the way down. We'll give this about 4 more breaths. And gently tipping weight to the toe side. Keep the neck supple. Keep tracing each breath for its whole duration, so each breath is a little bit extended. Inhale to flatten. Exhale, step right on your hands as high as the wrist creases if you can. Lengthen the spine. And come fold back in. You can be as mellow or active as you need it to be today. A few more breaths here. Never a sense of urgency in the breath if we can help it. One more cycle. Inhale to flatten. Exhale, hands to the waist. Inhale up to a heart opening. And a neutral spine. Release your arms, establishing Tadasana, the ground. Pressing firmly down through feet to connect to the upward lift of the belly, lightness of the heart, and steady upward lift of the crown. On an inhalation, reach the arms up overhead. Exhaling to swan dive down. Feeling up to flatten. Exhale, step back, sit down on the knees. Melt your belly down, look up, cow. Hug the belly strongly as you take half a push-up, or just press your chest to the ground. Sweep back up. Empty out, catch. And neutral spine. Send the left leg out behind. Step this foot outside left hand. Tuck the right toes. Step right foot outside right hand. Sink down low malasana, hands into your heart. Soften near the tailbone. Staying tall through the spine. Engage the feet downward, but rise upward tall. And exhale, hands through heart. Hands onto the waist. Let's heel toe back to feet closer together. And we'll release the arms. On an inhalation, reach upward. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, flatten out. Exhale, step back to lower. Your way now. I've got a pregnant belly, so I'm not taking cobras. I'm taking kind of a cobra, just not a lot of weight on the belly. Let's come back to downward facing dog. But you should feel free always to take the vinyasas that are suiting you. Every single day is different. So keep listening intently, especially to shoulders. Take 3 more breaths at downward facing dog. Keep pressing down through the length of the fingers. Firmly down through heels. Come high on tippy toes, deep bend in your knees, and we'll step or spring to the top of the mat. Flatten out at the top. Bow forward fully. Rise up tall to stand. Hands through heart. Put a good deep bend in your knees. Scrape fingers on the ground as you sweep the arms high like chair pose. Dive down over legs. Inhale to flatten. Exhale, step or spring back to lower down your way. No rush. We find each other at downward facing dog. Sweep your right leg high up. We'll open the hip and bend the knee. Make big circles through the right knee. And find that range of motion through your hip. And then place the right foot between your hands. Ground the back heel, just touch the sky in warrior 1, inhaling. Exhale, humble warrior, dip down, interlace on the way. We'll stay for about 3 breaths, refining it, growing it. Wrapping the right hip in and back. Neck is long. Natural inhale, stand up for warrior 2. Strong legs get you there. but a softness too. Hands to your waist, straighten both legs, parallel the feet. And we'll point the toes out about 30 degrees. Put a bend through your knees, slide your hands to your thighs. And come down low into this goddess variation, just tipping your weight side to side. Next time you rock over to left skandasana, like half a squat at the left leg. Right leg is long, the toes point out. Hands can come into the heart. If this is too deep, you can always be up here on fingertips. Less flexion in the knee. Stay for a few more rounds of breath. Just lengthening and softening your angles all at once. Hands to the ground, straighten both legs, flat back. Left toes come in, pivot over to face the right foot. Step back to downward facing dog. Wave forward plank pose. Exhale, lower your way. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Sweep your left leg high. Open up. And bend the knee. Make big circles. Just tuning into that left hip joint, all its surrounding muscle. And then step the left foot between your hands. Ground the back heel. Inhale, just touch the sky, warrior one. Tip forward, humble warrior, interlacing on the way. Extended breath. Wrapping the left hip in and back. Keep the neck long and loose. Natural inhale, ground down through feet, rise up, warrior two. Exploring this place, this convergence between strength and fluidity, even in a static pose. One more cycle of breath. Hands to the waist, straighten both legs, parallel the feet. You can point the toes out about 30-40 degrees. Slide your hands to your thighs as you bend your knees deeply. And send the right shoulder forward, left shoulder back. And through center. Left shoulder forward, right shoulder back. Through center. Two more times each side. Explore your depth, your rotation. And then back through the center. Tip left and tip right. Tip left and right. Over to the left. And then over to the right for skandasana. Come deep into the right knee. Point the left toes up high. Hands move to your heart. And as you make room through across the chest, a subtle twist to the left. Making freedom. Place your hands on the ground, straighten both legs, flatten the back, parallel feet. Let's take a bow this time. Connecting down through the feet and up to Mula Bandha. So all the power coming from the root, lifting into the sacrum, the deep navel center, and creating your length at the rest of the spine. Inhale, flatten. Right toes come in, left toes point to the front. Let's pivot all the way over. Stepping back for downward facing dog. Waving forward plank. Lowering your way. Moving up and open your way. Belly takes you strongly back for downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Come on up to toes, bend your knees, and step or float to sit all the way down. Let's extend the legs out long. And keep them a little bit wider than hips. Take the hands behind you, lift the heart. And then hinge this forward. Keep the toes pointing up high. And we'll take our time just growing the depth of this funky fold. And let the warmth of the practice and register that suppleness in your body. You're not looking to strive too hard. And that's an agitated kind of feeling. And it's more like an acquiescing into the possibility of each shape. A few more breaths here. Inhaling, lengthen. Exhale, sit right up. Bend your knees, plant your feet on the ground. Take the hands behind you, fingers facing you, lift your heart. We'll come into reverse tabletop, so press the feet down, lift the hips high. You can drop the head back. Engage through your back body, from the glutes to the shoulder blades. Find 3 more breaths. Last one's the highest lift. And then exhale, sit it all the way down. Hug the knees into chest, cross the shin bones. And we'll roll through optional vinyasa. You can always take the waiting option instead. Skipping the vinyasa if your body is signaling that you should. And from downward facing, we'll jump through to sit down. Plant the feet, take the hands behind you again. Lift the hips. This time right knee comes in toward the nose. Inhale, extend that leg high. Flex the foot and cross the ankle over the left thigh. Sink the hips all the way down and lie back. Finding thread the needle, hug the left knee in, right hand into the hole you've created there. Interlacing fingers outside the knee or shin. And for a couple moments, lift your nose towards your knee. And keep squeezing in, but lie back. Let both sides of the seat be heavy. Breathing into the new space you are creating or finding. Place the left foot down. We'll take a twist from here, just crossing the knees over to the left. You can use your left hand to anchor this right knee down as you lengthen spine and plant the right shoulder, maybe looking to the right. And breaths as long as your spine. Come back to center. Hug the knees into the side of the ribs. Rock left and right. And then forward and back. Catch it in boat or half boat. Shin bones parallel to the ground, palms parallel to each other. Look up. Lifting from earth into your creative center. Let there be some Shakti power resonating through your whole form. Just 2 more breaths. How tall can you sit? How light can you feel? Cross the shin bones. Option for Vinyasa if you want it. If body wisdom says skip it instead. And meeting at downward facing dog. And hopping or stepping through to sit all the way down. Plant feet hips distance, hands behind you, fingers face you. Find reverse tabletop. Lift up. On an exhale, left knee to the nose. Empty out. Inhale, lift the leg, flex the foot. Cross this ankle over the right thigh, sink all the way down. And then lie back. Thread the needle, pull the right knee in. Interlace fingers around the right knee. You can lift your head for a few rounds of breath. Keep flexing your left foot. The right foot can be soft. Keep pulling in, but lie back. Let the neck release. Picture both sides of your seat growing heavy. The hips growing spacious and more free. And slowly release, uninterlace. We'll bring this to a twist. So let the knees knock as they are over to the right. The right hand can pin that left knee down. Get a little length in your spine before you set the left shoulder down heavy. If you can, look to the left. If there's strain whatsoever in the neck, then the gaze should just be comfortable. Allow your body to be breathed. And part of our work is to to get out of the breath's way. Inhaling up through center. Good. Uncross, pull the knees in toward the outer ribs. Draw the soles of your feet together. And grab hold, lifting the nose toward your toes. Lie back. Try lifting the feet up toward your forehead. Keep the seat heavy though. And lie back. Try taking the heels up toward the crown of your head. Lie all the way back. Find happy baby, pulling the feet apart and swaying with it. Enjoy your own ability to self-soothe, to rock. Pause at center, pull the knees in, and plant your feet right next to the sitting bones. We'll wrap up the practice with one back bend of your choosing, anywhere from bridge to fish to wheel. You feel like you want more, even scorpion practice at the wall. When you know where you'd like to go, you can climb on in. You're in bridge, rolling the shoulder blades together. Almost like you could tuck the shoulders more deeply underneath you. Keep pulling the feet toward your knuckles. So there's a sustained engagement through your hamstrings and glutes. Stay long and soft through the neck. Find 3 more breaths. Set it slowly down. Take a quick scan of your body. If there's anything else you require, please do take it. But when you are ready, you can join me in a 5-minute Savasana, taking up some space and to settle into the calm beneath whatever is happening externally. into deeper breathing. Small movement. Slide your arms up above. Join the feet together. Walk the feet over to the left. Bring the hands over to the left as well. And keep the right seat and the right shoulder planted. Through center, walk the feet to the right. Hands, arms to the right. Breathing into the left side body. The left shoulder stays heavy. So does the left side seat. Come back through center, and then roll your body to one side. Take a moment to be cradled. And help yourself back up for a seat. Thank you for joining me, yogis. Namaste.